So now let's talk about adding the standard view and some other views as well in our drawing. So here once again we have this part. I'll go to make drawing from part, and once again I'm going to start with the default NC8 template and click OK. Now in this case, instead of adding any view directly from this panel, I'm just going to exit out of this, and I will create 3 standard views which you can create using this option right here. So on the drawing command manager, we have this 3 standard view. Click on it, and now it will automatically show the open documents. Now in this case, as you know, I already have this drawing open, and I just switched to this drafting environment from that so that the drawing remains open. Now as it is open, it will show up here, but if you don't have it, if you want to use a drawing, then you can go to browse and locate your drawing which you want to use here. Also, when the drawing is selected, it will show the configurations. So if you have multiple configuration, you can select the one which you want to use. In this case, maybe I'll select this less whole configuration, and with that I'll click OK. And we have the standard 3 views added. So we have the front, top, and the right view. Now the first thing here is, as you can see, the view size, it is really very small that I just need to fix. Now this is the primary view, so if I select this and if I move it, all the other views will move with it. So if I change the property of this view, all the other linked views will change automatically. So in this case, I'll just select this primary view. I'll go down this list, and right here, as you can see, we are using a custom scale of 1:5 here, though our sheet scale is 1:2. So I'll just increase the scale value. So I'll just make it 1:2, or simply I'll click on use sheet scale and it will use whatever the sheet scale is, which is 1:2 by the way. All right, now that's done. Now another thing is this view. Now this is actually the view which I want for my primary view, and this primary view is actually showing a different view. In this case, this front view. Now we don't want it. For primary, I want top, so I'll just click on top and click yes. And now the primary view is top view, and all the other projected views will change accordingly. And now we are done. So click OK, and we have once again this construction geometry. So I'll select it all and delete it. And now if I move this primary view, it will move with all the other views. So in this way, you can create the standard views. Now, if you want to now create some projected views, for example, here we have the right view and top view, but let's say we don't want to create this right view, and instead we just want a view on left side. For that, you can select this view and just delete it. And now go to this projected view option, select the view, and now it will create a projected view on whatever side you select. So here I'll select this left side, and I'll also add an isometric view. So I'll just click here, and we have the isometric view. Now click OK. And if you want to change the visual style of this isometric view, select it and change it from this display style option. Click OK. Now I'll move this isometric view right about here. And also I'll move this primary view just maybe here. Now we have an option of creating an auxiliary view as well. And using this auxiliary view, we can create a view which is parallel to an existing edge. For example, in this case, we have this edge, and let's say we want to add dimensioning on this edge, and we want to keep this plane parallel to our view. In that case, you can select auxiliary view and create a view like that. Click on auxiliary and then select the edge which you want to use as reference. In this case, this edge. And here we are, we've got the auxiliary view. So click anywhere in the drawing area to just place it. I'll place it right about here and click OK. But before doing that, you can change the label. So here we have the view label selected as A. So this is view A, and the view label is mentioned right here. If you want to use it, that's fine. Else you can just change it from here. You can make it B, C, whatever you like. Or you can directly remove it. If you don't want any kind of arrow projecting towards that edge, you can uncheck that. But in this case, I'll keep that arrow on and I'll click OK. All right, so we have this auxiliary view. Maybe let's just move this arrow out of this view like this, and I'll just move this label close to this edge. And that's our auxiliary view. Now in this case, this edge right here is actually this edge, this distance to this. So you can actually add a distance right here or from this point to this, and that's going to be exactly the same. Now there are a couple of other views as well that you can create. And one of the view types that is really useful is the detail view. Now using detail view, you can show close-up view of any part of your drawing. So in this case, let's say we want to show the close-up view of this part of the drawing. For that, go to detail view and now create an area which you want to highlight. So in this case, I'll just create a circle that's just this big here like this. And now it will create the detail view from the insides of that circle, and I'll just put it right here. All right, so here we have the detail label, and the detail is shown at a scale of 1:1. Also, if you want to move this label, well, you can just move it like so. Click OK, and the detail view is added. Now all these views are added here in the feature tree, and just in case if you want to modify this, you can do so from here. So for example, we have the detail view added here and we have the detail circle here. Now if you want to modify the detail circle, you can just select it and move it around in your drawing, and that's going to change the detail view as well. If you want to change the scale of this detail view, you can do that. So select the detail view, right click and select this option, edit feature. And here scroll down this list, and here you will see the scale which is being used for this one. So it is using a scale of 1:1. If you want to use the parent scale, well, you can select this, and now here we are. So it is not making any sense because the size of this view is exactly same. So in this case, it should be zoomed in view. So I'll select use custom scale, and I'll keep the scale of 1:1 selected here. So there we are, and I'll click OK. And maybe also move this label right about here. Now, similarly, we have one more view that you can use called crop view. Now, using crop view, you can show certain areas of your drawing, simply hiding everything else. Now, as this drawing is well too cluttered, I'm just going to remove some of the views. So I'll select this view, delete it, and also I'll select this view, and I'll just select both of these using Control key and yes to all. Both of these are gone. Now this circle, obviously this is no longer needed, so I'll just select that detail circle and delete it, and I'll move this primary view right about here to just create some room. Now I'll create a cutout view of this, so a crop view basically, and I want to show only parts of this drawing. So for that, I'll select this view and Control C and simply press Control V. So this will create a new copy of this view. Just move it around wherever you want, and maybe I'll just place it right here. Now this view is not linked with any of these views, and this is still the linked view. So we can use this for our crop view. Now for crop view, we need to create a sketch first, and we just want to create the crop view of, let's say, this part. So for that, I'll go to Sketch, Spline, and I'll create a close sketch just like that. So I'll just create it like so. And as the spline is created, now go to Drawing and Crop View, and we have this crop view added. So this will only show the region which is inside that spline. Now click OK, and the crop view is added. Now, just like the previous example, if you want to modify this crop view, you can go to this view option right here. We have that crop view, right click and go to crop view and select the option like edit crop or remove crop. Removing the crop will completely remove it and bring back the original view. But if you select edit crop, you will be now able to edit this view. So if you just move these spline handles and if you just move it around, it will change the cropped view. So click OK, and now regenerate your drawing. And here we are, we've got a different cropped view because of the changed spline. Now, if you want to just completely remove the crop, right click, go to crop view and select remove crop, and the cropping is removed. Of course, you can select the spline and delete it as well.